nieces, hello nephews, it's your Uncle Charles here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, we just do objective technical analysis on the S&P 500, QQQ, Dow Jones, Apple, IWM, and Tesla, and of course the VIX. Alright, objective technical analysis, and if that sounds good to you, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and be a part of the community so we can get this information out to more people. Alright guys, so here is the flow sentiment. I have it filtered for 500k premiums or above, and once again, overall bearish, 78% in the puts, 22% in the calls. Still seeing millions of dollars worth going into puts. There was some right here, like millions of dollars worth of calls as well, but they are very in the money, so I don't really see that as that bullish. Okay, definitely still seeing millions and millions of dollars worth of puts though. Okay, some few months out, some are pretty aggressive, like a week out. Okay, so that's what big money is overall feeling. Here's my Discord. And here I wrote a little bit about FOMC, what I'm expecting for the day. But overall, I had a bull case scenario and a bear case scenario. Pretty much we just played the bear case scenario today. Bear case, I am overall bearish as long as below 372. That was my very critical level. First support is at 369 with 367.5 and 363 to 364 zone below. If 363 fails, then I'd favor more downside. Okay, more price targets below. And I wrote here, look for puts when support fails, because most of my members, they like trading options. Okay, so that's the plan. Look for puts when 369 fails, and we'll play it down to the next level. If you go here on the 15-minute chart, all my levels are based on the support resistance based on the daily and weekly chart. Okay, but I use the 15-minute chart to execute my trade. Okay, that's what works for me. Some people use a 5-minute, some people use a 30-minute. It's up to you what you choose to use, just as long as it works for you. This is what I'm comfortable with. Okay, so pretty much I usually avoid the first 20 minutes of the day. Okay, after 20 minutes, it doesn't mean I just jump in a trade right away. I just wait for after 20 minutes to look for entry. You can see here at the open, I had a support around 370.5, and SPY just lost that in pre-market right before market open and rejected it as a resistance. Pretty strong to the downside, and as you can see, a lot of noise in this market. Okay, this white line right here, that was my 369 support level. Lots of noise, but overall in the first 20 minutes, that 369 level was lost, so that made me bearish. That put the bear case scenario in play. I look for puts, and as always, level to level. Why did I enter puts on this level? Because it was at my resistance level of 369, and it broke down that level, in the first candle of the day. So I was using the back test and go strategy. Definitely check out my video in the description where I talk about this back test and go strategy, and I explain how I enter my positions and where I look to exit. So level to level, I entered on this resistance level. I had a support around 367.5. Took profits there, and as you can see, the next candle, it just bounced right up. So very glad that I played level to level, because in real time I didn't know this would happen, but I was able to take profits before it went back up. If I held, I would have been crying. And then I saw another position, another candle or opportunity to get in a position right here where it rejected. Okay, because on this candle, it did not officially clear that 369 resistant level. Okay, so I saw rejection there. I took a risk. Remember, no strategy is 100%. When I'm trading in real time, I'm not even sure if it's going to work out for me, but I'm willing to take the risk, and I took that risk, and it worked out very well. Now you can see in this candle here, it went as low as 366.74. Keep in mind, I played it level to level. Okay, so from 369ish, I took profits around 367.5ish. Do I ever feel dumb for taking profits early? No, because I rather feel dumb being green, even if it's a small green, than feel dumb about being red and not taking profits. Okay, so level to level, definitely would have made more money if I just held, but I didn't. Okay, I didn't leave any runners today. I just, towards the end of the week, I'm tired, so I'd rather not deal with any runners. So I just took profits. Okay, I definitely would have made more, but I'm glad. Level to level, I follow my strategy. Good trade. Okay, I let the day play out a little bit. Okay, it was very choppy. Recapturing that 367.5 level, going up a little bit, then just false breakdown, false breakout, false breakdown. Very tricky around the noon time. Okay, but I was watching this bear flag. Okay, the blue line, that's a bear flag. All right. Now this candle was interesting. The 115 candle went up after recapturing it on the 1215 candle. 1 hour later, it finally back tested at 369 this level as of resistance. I saw an instant and strong rejection when it got to that zone or that level. Okay, so I never, like I said, I never try to catch the first leg. Even with my first two trades here, this wasn't the first leg because I was trying to catch the second leg based on this drop right here. So after letting the first leg play out, I entered puts on the 367.5 breakdown. Okay, guys, that was my support level. It broke down and I held. All right, it dropped all the way. I had a price target around 364. I wrote it this morning. It dropped, and right here it dropped as low as 364.9 cents. I actually took most of my profits around 365.8ish. That was this morning's low. And at this point, I did left a runner, a very tiny one, played it down to 364 and was out. Level to level, and look at that. If I didn't take profits at my level and follow my strategy, I would have been crying because it started bouncing up in power hour. Okay, guys? So remember, how does Uncle Charters trade? He looks for calls when resistance clears. He looks for support when he looked for puts when support fails. And I play it from one level to the next level. Just swinging for the bases. Swinging for the bases. I never chase home runs, okay? Unless I leave a runner, like a small position after I took most profit, and the market want to bless me with a home run, then so be it. If not, and I get stopped out, that's fine too, because a small runner usually does not offset any profits I made from my big, my initial gains, okay? Now let's move on. This is the daily chart here. As always, that's that orange line, that's my multi-year trend line. You can see here, I watch it very closely. Got the the falling wedge pattern here that SPY broke out of, and then the bull flag. Okay, gonna zoom in. Oh, first before we zoom in, here's my Fibonacci level from March 2020 low to the what is that, January high. Okay, now I talked about in my video yesterday, I'm not very bullish, even though we got to move to the upside after FOMC. I wasn't very bullish on SPY because we could not clear that 380 resistance level, which is my 38.2 retracement level. I told you guys, and also it went a little above it, but it also rejected from this bull flag. So I told you guys yesterday, it's possible that it was just, back testing a previous breakdown level before heading down lower. Okay, keep the back testing go strategy in mind, which I made a video about it in the description below. So as you can see, as you saw this morning, it pretty much gapped down. Now I'm not saying that I predicted that. I don't want to send you guys the wrong message because I don't do forecasts, I don't predict. Okay, but my hunch was correct. Okay, and I say that humbly. So for me to get bullish, okay, I'm gonna zoom in here. For me to get bullish, okay, because I want to talk about bullish scenario and bear scenario. We got to be ready for any scenario. That 372 level that I mentioned this morning, I can't get bullish unless that level is cleared. It's based on a previous low or previous supply and demand zone. It served as a resistance and a support level in the past. But as of right now, it's an area of confluence because it goes with my rising wedge pattern. If SPY can get back above 372, that would qualify as a false breakdown. And like I say to you guys all the time, false breakdowns are bullish. Okay? So no calls or no bullish position unless we clear or recapture a very critical level, a previous support level that failed. That's a resistance level of 372. Okay? As long as we're below 372, I am bear bias. All right, this 364 level held very well. Okay, that was also a previous resistance and support level that I was watching. Gave us a near perfect bounce. But if that level fails, I will be looking for puts. I know the RSI is pretty oversold. I know that. But if you guys been watching my video long enough, you guys will see or know that when I trade, I don't really use indicators or anything like that. I just use the price action, the support and resistance levels. That's all I do. As far as the RSI goes, I don't use it to trade, but I do use it to gauge the market as far as should I go heavy in my position or not. When it's oversold like this, I'll still follow the price action, but oversold like this tells me maybe I should size down a bit on my bearish positions. You get what I mean? Now, if it does recapture a very critical resistance level and we're in oversold condition, that's going to make me confident in looking for a bullish position. Price action is king. And that, yes, I do use the RSI to help me gauge the market as far as how much my position size should be, but I don't use it to trade. I track it. I don't trade it. Similar to seasonality, similar to the order, the options flow. I don't trade based on those. I just track them to help me gauge the market. But at the end of the day, it's price action. And like I said, above 372 is when I will look for puts. Look for calls. Okay? Above 372, calls. That's a recapture. All right? False breakdown, trade setup. All right? I do have some levels between that, around 369, 370.5. That was a previous low on January 14th. And of course, that I think I got a level around 367.5 as mentioned. All right? Those are my critical, they're not critical levels, but they're intraday levels that I would use to trade. All right, that I use to trade today. They are also based on previous resistance zone levels and support levels. Okay, so they are also based on the daily chart. However, the 372 level, now this is for the swing traders. I would feel comfortable swinging calls, and I usually don't swing calls. I usually just day trade now. But I would feel comfortable swinging calls if that 372 level is recaptured. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say to you guys. But like I said, as long as below, I'm bearish. 364 is the critical level. If that fails, I have 362 below, 358.7-ish, 354. Like I said before, they're all based on previous resistance and support levels. Okay, and if 354 fails, I have the 50% retracement level based on my Fibonacci levels. Okay, that's the light blue lines here. All right, 349.2-ish to 350 is the 50% retracement level, support level. Now, usually when the market's in a correction, whether it's other stocks or SPY or QQQ, usually using the fib level, the market usually finds a bottom around the 50% to the 61.8 retracement levels. Okay, in a correction, that's where they usually find a bottom. Now, SPY went as low as 364 today. It's around 367 in the aftermarket. Okay, like I said, the 50% retracement level is at 349.2-ish. Give it a zone, 349 to 350. It's pretty close to it. All right, that 380 level pretty much confirmed that, you know, we retested it yesterday to confirm that we could get more downside, which we did. But that 38.2 retracement level was a very critical level, and with that loss, it's possible we go down and test the next retracement level at the 50%. And if the 50% fails, I'm still gonna have some resistance and support levels within the 61.8 retracement level, which is down at 318.4. And of course, I'm definitely going to have some levels between that level and the 349-ish level. But it's possible that we could drop that low. Okay? And it's possible that we can find a bottom between the 50% retracement level at 349.2-ish and the 61.8 retracement level at 318.4-ish. Okay? That's possible. All right, going based on Fibonacci rules or whatever. All right, Now, I'm not trying to predict to you guys that that's exactly what's going to happen, because if SPY recaptures 372 and get back above this falling wedge pattern, I'll definitely look for calls like I said. If SPY recaptures the 38.2 retracement level at 380-ish resistant level, or get back within this bull flag, that's going to make me bullish. Okay, even if it is a bear market rally, which is still possible, I'm going to play it level to level like I always tell you guys. Okay, guys? So don't get bullish unless it's above 372. Still, I am overall bearish. If 364 fails, I would definitely look for puts and play it down to the lower levels. 362, 358.7, 354. Then the 50% retracement level at 349 to the 350 zone. All right? I hope you guys found that helpful. I'll move on to the VIX real quick. It did recapture the 32.39 level. That's the 23.6 retracement level that I have here. So VIX is giving us the false breakdown setup. That's usually bullish. So 32.39 must hold for tomorrow to keep 36.6 in play. And above that is 39. If it falls below 32.39 again, that's very bearish, and that will count as a false recapture / false breakout. Triple Q, okay, it took out my support level around 273.3-ish and dropped all the way down to my 270 level. It actually went lower, as low as 269.2, okay, but, you know, washes below critical support levels tend to happen sometimes, all right? So, obviously for tomorrow, I cannot get bullish on it unless it recaptures 273.3 level, putting 276.6 in play. I would definitely look for puts if 270 fails. Okay, that would put 267, then 261 in play. I might have a level around 264-ish. Okay, between that level. All right, guys. So only bullish above 273.3, below 270, bearish. Dow Jones, I got my fib levels here. It actually tested the 38.2 retracement level today. Okay, found a little bit of buying pressure there, so that level must hold. I know this chart looks a little busy. Okay, so if that level around 298 fails, very bearish. That's a very critical level based on the 38.2 retracement level. That will put 295.8, 292.3, and 288.8 in play. Can't get bullish unless it recapture a critical resistance level, all right, which is at 302. We cleared 302, 303.5. The 306 is in play. Okay, guys. IWM lost a very critical level around 163.9-ish. All right, needs to recapture 163.9. You can round it to 164. Needs to recapture that. We'll put 167.3-ish in play. And of course, 169.8-ish in play. If we can't recapture those levels, that's bearish. Okay, it could backtest right now and then probably reject a little lower. But definitely above 169. 169. Okay, 170. All right, sorry about that. So 170 needs to recapture 170 for me to be very bullish. I'll be short-term bullish if we can clear and recapture 164, of course. But as long as below, I'm favoring we dropped all the way down. I have a price ultimate target around 152-ish, but I also have a level around 159.7-ish. Yep, and a level, of course, around 163 again. Okay, so got to watch that level, 163. If that fails, 160 is in play. All right, with my ultimate target being 152.6. There is a gap around 155, 156 actually. So watch that level as well. Apple continues to be bearish. I can't be bullish unless it recaptures 133. As long as it's below 133, I'm favoring a test of 126 to 122.3. Okay, that was a quick one. Tesla actually alerted this in the group today. Very good trade if you traded this. I can't get bullish on it unless it recaptures 648. 648, above that would put 657.4, 680, then 686 back in play, all right? As long as below 647, I'm going to favor a more downside down to 620. And if that fails, we could drop down to 600. And I also have support around 580. All right, guys. So that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching. This really means a lot. All right. If you guys enjoyed those analysis, definitely hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It would mean a lot and it really helps the channel. And talk to you all soon. Peace.